What's going on, everybody? Look, today I just wanted to talk about the psychology of trading. Now, look, I'm only gonna make one video. What I'm saying. I'm so new to this content thing to where I will stop what I'm saying and I'll make different videos. But I just want to break this down to y'all, right quick. This video is probably not gonna be too long, but um, there are key things that'll help the new trader out, and even if you're in a space to where you haven't been as consistent or you haven't been as profitable as you would like to be, this video is for you too. So I have a couple notes here. It's this things that I want to speak about because I had to go through a space. This literally happened when I was working out. Like I was going through a space of backtracking my success. Like, hey, I've been able to be in a space this year to, what I'm saying, make six figures when it comes to trading. I've been in a space to where I've been able to help people make, $1,000 a day. I've $25,000 in a week. Like, there's been students that I have that are in not that are in my Discord, that are in my mentorship, that are growing on a crazy level. But at the same time, this is something that will help a lot of people. Like, there's people who have got withdrawals out of prop firms, got withdrawals out of their, out of their live accounts. Like, there's been people to pay their bills through trading. You know what I'm saying? That's in the mentorship. So I'm grateful. God gets the glory. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful to be in a space to where I can witness this and help people, get through this. But the very first thing that I want to say is most traders lose not because they can't read charts, but because they can't control themselves. Something that I talk about on a regular basis, especially to everybody that's in the mentorship, is, hey, well, look, the way that trading will show you who you are for real. Trading will expose the ugly in you. Like, trading is going to show you exactly who you are. Like, trading will show you how greedy you are. Trading will show you how impatient you are. Um, Me personally, I feel like trading has helped me become a better person. Like, there's been different instances where people be like, "Well, how do you have so much patience with X, Y, and Z?" Because I mean, in the market, you have to have patience. You have to have patience when it comes to your setup. You have to be disciplined when it comes to seeing whatever setup that whatever's in your model, however you take trades. And in the event that you cannot be disciplined and that you cannot be patient, you will lose money. And losing money, it hurts, right? It hurts real bad, especially if you haven't disassociated yourself with money just yet. And that'll actually bring me to my first point. My first point is emotional regulation. And fear and greed, that's kind of like fear, greed, and patience. Those are kind of like the biggest enemies when it comes to the market, because the thing about it is our brains, we interpret um, financial loss just as bad as a physical loss. Like, whenever I've been able to see like people deposit money. Like, let's say somebody deposit $250. Let's say they lose $50. Now they're like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. I've lost money in this. But here's the thing, like, it's new. You know what I'm saying? Not only is trading new, but people aren't used to risking that type of money. So um the biggest thing is taking, not only putting a certain amount of money in a market that you're not willing to risk or lose, but really disassociating yourself with that money. Because when you can sit here and say, okay, well, hey, but at the end of the day, it's just numbers. So I can risk $50 to gain 150, right? It's just a game to your brain. And what is that? And there's something about um patience and selectivity. That's also that's a big thing. You got to be extremely patient when it comes to your setup, because just like in life, and I'm a religious person. Like, I will talk about God a lot. And something that is very prevalent is, if you prematurely move before He tells you to move, then whatever you want it to happen, or whatever you want it to work out, it will fail. And it will fail because, like I said, you prematurely moved on that vision, or whatever the case is, without hearing that okay. And it's the same thing when it comes to trading. When it comes to looking at the market and seeing exactly what's set up, You may have the perfect direction that the market is going to go in, but since you are moving too fast, and since you're not patient enough to wait for your model to happen and to wait for your setup to happen, hey, the market's still going up. It hit a point to where it hit an area of resistance that you thought the market was going to fall at, but not only were you right that the market was going to fall, but since you got into a sell at that area of resistance and it kept going up, you blew your account. And then the market made a reversal pattern and then went in the direction that you wanted to go in. I'm saying that because it's happened to me before, and it hurts. And it hurts because it's like, now, hey, I've blown my account, and now the market is actually doing what I wanted to do a little bit later than what I wanted it to do it, than what I would rather. But at the same time, now I don't have the capital to capitalize on this move that the market's making. It's happening. It's happened to all of us. Um, just just keep pushing, build patience, and because the thing about it is, it's okay to miss out on some trades as long as you were right, or as long as you knew or had your directional bias right, you're fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, and I was just talking to one of my colleagues about this earlier. You have to be extremely selective with with the type of trades that you get into. And you don't have to trade 50 times throughout the week. You don't have to trade 20 times a day. You don't have to trade 10 times a day. You can get extremely good with one session and one pair, and that will make you all the money that you need. Like, you could sit here, you could trade NQ or ES from 8:30 open and be so cold trading just those pairs to where it's like, all right, well, hey, I don't need nothing else. Like, I've only traded one time. I made a couple $1,000s in my one trade. I'm done for the day. I'm done for the week. I may be done for the month, depending on, you know what I'm saying, the profit. But at the same time, a successful trader does not have to trade every day. Trade probably twice, three times a week when there's a high probability setup. And a lot of times, high probability setups happens when news happens. All right, so um, I'll talk about that as well. I talk about that every single day inside of the group. Like, there's certain times that you want to trade. Like, if news happens at one time, then you want to trade between this time and this time. So, uh, also confidence, confidence. Confidence comes from back testing your strategy, because a lot of times what we'll do is we'll see these TikTok traders, we'll see these Twitter traders, we'll see these Instagram traders, and then we'll just kind of be in a space where, okay, well, what are they doing? Okay, well, let me see what they're doing. You're not even back testing it. You're going straight to your live account. You're dropping a big lot size on what you think is a good trade setup, and you lose money. Now you're scared that trading doesn't work. It sucks. You know, people are scamming. You know, their strategy sucks. Like, man, that's not it. Everybody has their own strategy that's tailored to them. Like, I have my own. I've been able to duplicate that to where it's very simple that other people can be successful with it. But at the same time, if you see something, you have to back test it. Back testing builds confidence, right? To where you can take your ego out of it. Like, you can back test something so many times to where, like, now your brain is going to see that thing happen in real time, and the only thing that you have to do is what? Capitalize on it. That's it. Hey, I just got to put whatever my lot size is. Like, excuse me, I heard one of my mentors say this. He said, you want to get so cold at capitalizing off of the same move, whether that happen once a week, twice a week, three times a week. And it doesn't matter how much money you put on this. It doesn't matter what your contract size is. It doesn't matter what your lot size is. You know that on that particular trade, that's 90%, 95%, whatever it is, you know, on that particular trade, you can catch the market from here to here or from here to here. You know it. It's your bread and butter. That's how good you want to get with trading. Like, that's how good you want to have your that's how hard you want to have your confidence, or how high you want to have your confidence. There should be one trading setup that you have back tested, that you have, okay, I know how this operates. I know what time this happens. I know what day this happens. I know, hey, if the market reaches this area of resistance, or if the market reaches this fair value gap, if the market reaches this order block or this mid, whatever it is, if the market reaches a list of criteria, you know the market is going to go from this point to this point, or from this point to this point. That's what builds the confidence. All right. The very next thing I want to dive into is revenge trading. So there's a rule that I've built for myself and that I've duplicated throughout the entire group of FX Royalty, and that is, so per session, really for me this is for the day, but if we make money on our first trade, we're not taking any more trades. I don't care if we're in profit and we're, I don't care if we're in profit, market winning profit, we put our stop loss in profit and the market came back to hit our stop loss. That's a win for the day. We're 1-0. If we're 1-0, we're not about to go back in the market. We're not about to risk any of the capital that we just made inside of the market, because a lot of people be in a space to where they'll say, hey, well, I didn't make enough. That's greed. Greed kills all good traders. Guaranteed. If you're greedy, it'll hurt you in the long run. How you manage $100 is how you're going to manage $1,000. How you manage $1,000 is how you're going to manage 10,000. How you manage 10,000 is how you're going to manage 100,000. How you manage 100,000 is how you're going to manage 1,000,000. So on and so forth, right? Greed kills all good traders. If you cannot discipline yourself to say, well, hey, a regular day at work, I would have made $300. Today trading, I made $250. Lord, I'm grateful. And keep it pushing. Know what I'm saying? You're always going to have tomorrow and you're always going to have the next day. Personally, I was in a space to where I was like, dang, like I was gambling. Like I would make $1,000 an hour, or I make $400, or I make $40, or I make $600, and I'd be like, I can make an extra 400. I can make an extra 350, and then I'll get in another trade. I'm up $600. I'll get in another trade. I done lost $200 now, and I was like, all right, I lost $200. Let me at least try to get back to 600. Let me at least try to break even on how I was. Get back in again. I'm revenge trading. I have too much emotion in this. And now it's like, okay, I done went from, now I'm at $400. I just lost 300. Now I'm only at 100. When I could have stopped when I was number one in profit. I made money on my first trade, and that'd have been it. We live to trade another day. We trade tomorrow, make some more money. That's it. So the rule is, if we win on our first trade of the day, no matter what type of win that is, we're done. But if we lose on our first trade of the day, we're patient. We wait for another entry model. We may change our directional bias depending on how the market looks. And then from there, we'll take our second trade. If we'll profit on our first trade, depending on what the loss on the first trade is, a lot of times with that second trade, whenever I'm in profit, I'll be like, whatever I lost on that first trade, that becomes my new stop profit. Like if I lost 1,800 on my first trade, that's now I'm waiting for the market to go in profit. That $1,800 or $1,900, I'm putting my stop loss in profit. That much. And then whatever else I get, I'm riding the market to take profit. I'm riding the market to the next point of exit. That's it. But if we lose on that second trade, we're done for the day. That's it. Depending on, we're only taking 2 trades a session. Or 2, for me, like I said, 2 trades a day. You win on the first one, you're done. You lose on the first one, you take the second one. If you lose on that one, you're done. If you win on that one, you're done. But make sure you're keeping your stop loss in profit. And that brings me to my next point. Always keeping your stop loss in profit. I'll come out with another YouTube video probably later on, and I'll just talk about how to trail your stop loss manually. But depending on, I tell a lot of people in my group, once you're in profit, it's on you. Hey, if you're in profit, you want to secure 8 to 10% of your account minimum. Because every single day we look to grow our accounts by 8 to 10%. Every time we trade, we look to grow our accounts by 8 to 10%. All right. Greed is anymore. Like, hey, well, my account is in profit. 25%. I moved my account. I moved my stop loss in profit 10%. Now whatever's extra is that's just extra. It's just a blessing. That's all it is. It's just an extra blessing. So keep that stop loss in profit. Once it's in blue, once it's in green, once you're in profit, it's on you. All right. Don't be greedy. Don't say, "Oh, I need a little bit more." It is what it is. You have right now more than you have had before. Be grateful for it and keep pushing. All right. Being a perfectionist, if that made sense, right? Every setup is not going to be perfect. Every setup is not going to look exactly the way that you want it to. It's not going to be. It's not going to follow all of your criteria. It may follow the majority of your criteria, and that's okay. The market is not here to be perfect. Neither are you. You're not. You wasn't put on this earth perfect. Everything's gonna. It may not match up, but as long as it checks off 90% of your criteria, you're good to go. Take that trade and journal it. Journal everything. Journal every win. Journal every loss. Journal every time you didn't hop in the market. Journal the reason why you didn't hop in the market. Journal what was your emotional state then. Journal the things that you were going through at that time. Journal what you were thinking about. You journal everything because success leaves clues. If you were if you are going to continuously be successful in the market, you have to know what state of mind you were in, you whether you were had euphoria, whether you like whatever it is. Hey, well, what is your routine? Do you hop on? Do you go to the gym before you trade? Do you go to the gym? Do you take a shower? Do you drink your coffee? Do you eat your cereal? Do you listen to gospel? Do you listen to rock? Do you pray before you like? There's so many things, and you want to list out the amount of things that you do because some people, well, all of us really, we've had a losing spell. Or like for me, it was the month of August. The whole month of August, I lost. I probably lost like $8,000 because, and it just took me time to step back and be like, all right, what were we doing that works? I needed to hit the gym more. I needed to get out of my own head. I needed to get out of the space to where I said, man, I've actually been losing a lot. Maybe I don't deserve to win. That sounds crazy. That sounds diabolical. But we've been there before. All right. Um, there's a lot of things that you can do, like to get out of your head, which is go to the park, go to the gym. I challenge every trader to go to the gym, get your health right. Clean up your house. You know what I'm saying? Like your house is your temple. Clean up your mind, meditate, breathe, pray. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different things that you can do. And also, this brings me to my last point: FOMO, fear of missing out. After the trade is running and the trade is having aggressive bullish candlesticks, aggressive bearish candlesticks, the market's breaking market structure. It's just going. You missed the move, and it's okay. You'll always live to trade again. There's a lot of people who will see people on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram, and they'll see you in live trading, and they'll be like, "Oh, well, they're in this trade, and they got this entry. Okay, boom, I'm finna get into." And now you lost because you thought you were missing out on $1 million trade, whatever it is. It's okay. You'll live to trade another day. You have your model. You have the way that you trade. In the event that you do not know how to trade or anything like that, hey, feel free to click the link in my bio and join the Discord. Join the Discord, sign up for the course, whatever it is, whatever you desire to do. But you will grow by any means necessary. Something that I had to get into a habit of doing, I had to get into the habit of, they say lying to yourself, but I believe it's the subconscious mind and all that. I would continuously look in the mirror and tell myself, I am a successful trader. I can pass any account, any evaluation. I can get withdrawals from any account. I am a consistent trader. I am a successful trader. I can bring $200 to over $100,000 within a month. I can do anything. My trading strategy is duplicatable. Like these are things that I will be telling myself throughout the days, throughout the weeks, like, and I would just say this over and over and over again until it just started happening, right? And also I would like I said, I do things. I'm a little bit more religious than most, but like I will fast. I will fast. I would pray, and then at the same time, because the space that I was in, I just wanted to win so bad. Like, I'm seeing my mentors, and also comparison is the thief of all joy, right? But it's like you will see so many people doing so many things, boom buying Rolls Royces, boom buying Bentleys, boom buying, what I'm saying, $1 million homes, boom just traveling, doing everything, and it's like, man, when is it gonna be my turn? Hey, look, your journey is not like nobody else's journey. You're not able to see what they're going through. You're not able to see what they're fighting. You're not able to see anything negative. People will only show you the good things that are happening in their life, right? People won't show you the blown accounts. People won't show you how they lost $40,000 in a day. You know what I'm saying? Me. You know what I'm saying? Like people won't show these different things, but at the same time, your journey is not everybody else's journey. You're gonna make it. I promise. I guarantee you're gonna make it. You just gotta put the work in, right? Discipline is huge, and that's my biggest thing. That's what I'll continue to teach all the time, because in the absence of talent lies discipline, right? Disciplined people will continue to win, regardless if you're talented, regardless if you just regardless if you just have luck, if you're lucky. Be disciplined. It doesn't matter if you're gonna miss out on a trade. Doesn't matter if you're um it doesn't matter if you've lost the trade. It doesn't matter if you've blown accounts. I've blown so many accounts I can't even tell you. I've lost so much money to where I'd be like, bruh, any normal person would have been like, nah, bro, hey, you're tapped, you're done. But at the same time, this year I've been able to make six figures from this. And that's not me throwing out income claims or anything like that. I'm saying that the little guy from the hood that got moved out of the hood to go to this prestigious school and all this different things where all these people were successful and everything like that, if I can do it, you can too. I am no different, right? I've showed screenshots on my TikTok, my Instagram, whatever the case is. I'm telling you, if I can do it, if I can be a successful trader, that you can too. There is no difference between me and you. We have the same 24 hours. If you need help, like I said, click the link in the bio, join the Discord. But you're gonna be great. Just keep on keeping on. All right. If y'all have any questions, hey, feel free to drop a like, comment. Know what I'm saying? If you have any questions, but keep growing. Remember, there's nothing that you can't do. All right, y'all take it easy.